How are you today?
I'm great because today is a Saturday and it's a weekend, so I don't go to school. Yay!
So what do you expect to do over the weekends?
Over the weekends, I expect to go to my grandma's house.
You have chosen a book called
Archer's Quest
Yes, Archer's Quest by
LindasuePark.
Why did you pick that book among all the books that you read here?
Because it's about a character called Jumong in Korean history. Jumong had made the kingdom called Goguryeo.
고구려.
And then Jumong came out in this book. In this book, a U.S. boy named Kevin was in his room waiting for his mother and father to come when swap! On the wall there was his cap, pinned to the wall by an arrow. He turned his head toward the door, and then there was Jumong. His one eye was peering at the cabin. He said to call him Archer, and then Kevin said okay. Together they tried to find a way to get Archer back to his time. So they found a metal tiger statue which was related to the time in Archer's year, because in Archer's time the year was the metal tiger year, so
Correct.
they went to a place where there was a metal tiger statue, and then Archer went on top of it, and then on Kevin's place it was the earth tiger year, so Kevin threw dirt in the air, the Archer disappeared.
How does Kevin's attitude toward his Korean heritage and history change from the beginning of the book to the end?
First, he was at least not even interested in archery or some kind of Korean history or somewhat that. But after he met Archer, he became more interested in archery, and then he even asked about Jumong one time to his grandparents, and then even asked to his father to give him archery lessons every day. So his father agreed, but I'm not sure why the grandparents gave the Kevin's birthday present as a bow and a quiver of arrows, but I think they gave him that because he asked about Jumong, began to show interest about archery. So they gave Kevin and his dad a bow and a quiver of arrows, and then Kevin's dad agreed to give Kevin archery lessons.
If you were Kevin, would you have sent Archie back to the past, or would you have tried to keep him in the modern world? And why?
I would try to take Archer back to the past, because if Archer came back, if someone discovers Archer, then they would say, What is this kind of man? And then if Kevin said, this is Archer Jumong, and then if everyone in the modern world knows about Archer, then they would change the whole history books, and then Jumong came to the modern world one day and then met a boy called Kevin, and then that history books will all be changed. And then
Okay, you mentioned a very important part here, where if the past person come to the modern world, then that means the past world, the history would change, which means Kevin might not be existing anymore if Jumong stays in the modern world.
Why?
Because Jumong has to save the country back in the history. But if he stays in the modern world, who's going to keep the country? Who's
No
going to
one.
keep the Goguryeo?
No.
No one. So Jumong is out of the place and in that period. And he's here. So if he doesn't go back, then the whole line of the history will break. Do you get it?
Okay.
Yeah?
I would return Archer to the time of the past because if Archer doesn't go back to his time, the whole history line will be destroyed.
Good.
Because the Archer would not be able to save Goguryeo, and then all the other countries would be raiding Goguryeo, then Korea might not exist now.
Mm-hmm. Not even Kevin.
Yeah. Kevin lives in the UK, but his grandparents was from Korea.
That's why.
And then his grandparents, if they didn't exist, his mother and father didn't exist. And if his mother and father doesn't exist, his own self may not exist. All because Korea doesn't exist and Goguryeo doesn't exist if Archer didn't save the Goguryeo.
All right, that's good. Would you recommend this book to your friends?
I would recommend this book to our friends because this book is very entertaining. Linda Sue put her creativity into this story. I have never thought of Jumong coming to the real modern world. LindasuePark made this story, so I'm impressed.
All right. Where is Kevin living actually?
In the USA.
USA.
Yeah.
And isn't it interesting that Jumong actually traveled to the USA?
Yeah.
I mean, his root is in Korea.
Yeah.
How could he travel all the way to USA to find Kevin?
He didn't find Kevin. One day, he said, one day he was just riding on his tiger and
He just fell.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tiger? What tiger?
All right. I think that's all.